Weekend number one of the Austin City Limits Music Festival kicks off in just a few hours down at Zilker Park. Our Kate Whitehaw is live at Zilker with a preview this morning and joining you as a special guest.
Yes, absolutely. Gates open up here at 11 o'clock this morning. The music gets underway at noon. But, before there was this big festival, ACL, the TV show, is what really started it all. And they're making a documentary looking back at 40 years of ACL. I want to introduce you to Keith Maitland. He is the director of this film. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, thanks. So you're just really starting to work on this, but talk about what it's going to be all about.
Yeah, well, it's been an exciting project to get into. It's an honor and a privilege to dig through the history of 40 years of the incredible TV series that is Austin City Limits. And of course, the festival here is a part of that history, but the whole thing began way back in 1974 with Willie Nelson. And so for me, that's where I started. I said, when I started the job, I've got to get on Willie's bus and I've got to get an interview, with the original, Austin legend, and we did, and it was a great start to the film.
And since you've interviewed Willie, you've gone on to interview so many others for your film as well.
Yeah, we're grabbing artists as they pass through town and chasing them down. Emmylou Harris, Buddy Guy, Lyle Lovett, Dr. Dog, Jeff Tweedy, Beck. We've interviewed tons of different artists, as well as the producers and the fans behind the show. And this weekend we'll be interviewing St. Vincent, and we just interviewed Jenny Lewis, who's playing here at the festival. So we're pretty busy, but having fun.
Well, and even though you're still just in the shooting stage of this film, and hopefully we'll wind up seeing it in some film festivals and on PBS later on, talk to me about what you kind of hope to portray with this film. What are you hoping to kind of get across to your audience that's going to be watching it?
Yeah, well, it's really a story of a small Texas-based TV show that overcame all the odds to become a national institution. It's an American music icon that spawned this festival, and the ripple effect of Austin City Limits is being felt literally all over the world. And it's really got a place in American music. The very first episode was Willie Nelson. The second episode was Bob Wills' Texas Playboys. And since then, they've always juggled, great emerging artists and great legacy acts. And so it's hard to imagine Willie Nelson in 1974 as an emerging artist, but that's what he was. He was 40 years old. The redheaded stranger had short hair and no beard almost, and he was kind of just getting started as the show was just getting started. So it's kind of a perfect partnership, and together, they can be credited with a lot of what Austin has become over the last 40 years.
No doubt. And it'd be so cool to see all the archive footage, too. Keith, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Such an interesting documentary, not to mention what a great job you have to be able to interview all those artists. I know a lot of people out there would be jealous, but of course, we'll keep you posted when it winds up in a film festival. I have a feeling we'd wind up seeing it probably at the Austin Film Festival or South by Southwest probably in the next year or two, guys. And of course, we'll keep you posted.
Not a bad gig to have. All right. Thanks, Kate.